Oh.
Yeah, you did. This is nuts. And I like it. Watch that paint job. We are truly going to a fishing oasis. You cannot get more in the middle of the desert than this. Well, I'm sure you could, but this is plenty in the middle of the desert. It's not every day you get invited to an epic fishing oasis in the literal middle of the desert. But here we are. And if I were to sum up my initial impressions of New Mexico, even though we've technically only just landed a few hours ago, I would go with overwhelming. I mean, as soon as we landed, we had amazing and gorgeous Mexican food. Immediately followed by off-roading to get our bait. Some legit off-roading in the bed of a dried up portion of the Rio Grande River. And then more off-roading to get to the muddy river oasis in the aforementioned desert. We had 40-mile-an-hour winds to help us in setting up tents. Have you ever tried that? The winds are calm now. And we're finding peace here at the camp. And it's almost time to go out on the tiny boats in the legendary Muddy River.
Not the size of the boat.
And there's the team. And we've already got stories out of Chris Flores. Story about a squirrel and a donut. We got it. He's been drinking, folks.
Coming in hot.
A little crash landing.
Oh, he'll be complaining more of those. So what's going on over here, brother?
Well, it's definitely going to be a flathead. Big live bait. And you hear the drag? You hear the drag? There he goes, there he goes. I'm going to slow that one down.
Fish on over here.
I think we mentioned that we got Byron and Victoria just down the creek there. Man.
How's he feel?
I'm going to say close to 30. I don't know. It feels good. I mean, I don't know much about these south of the border fish. I kind of feel like I need to tighten the drag. Huh?
Do what you feel like you need to do, man.
All right. We haven't been out here long. And really not long enough to get our game together. So we got the fight on Chris's camera. Maybe I'll steal some of that footage. But look at this. My first New Mexico flathead. And it's a nice one. It took a giant live bait. And it gave us a lot of drama getting it in the net, but we got it, and I'm thrilled about it. We'll get a couple, I don't know, that's probably good enough. We'll just let it go. 35-pound New Mexico flathead going back to be caught by someone else. Lucky enough to do so. If I don't fall out of it.
Good job, brother.
What a good time.
What do you say? You want to do it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
How'd you like that bobber rig?
Well, it's I guess it outperformed the other three.
Yeah.
So I love it. We did have another bite though, and I missed it.
It's all right. The night is young, my friend.
All right.
Let's do it again.
If you want me to turn off the slide, just tell me. Look at that gorgeous sky, man. Our partners in crime down the way have got a fish on. Looks like it's Victoria with it, huh? They're both wrapped up in hoodies again.
Nice.
Sounds like a good one.
Big fish on over there.
Victoria.
Taking the boat.
Victoria sounds excited.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Byron's trying to record and that's tough to do.
Yeah.
They got it. They got it. I think she said it. She thinks it broke her PB. Is that what she said?
Swim out the net. Oh, there you go.
I broke my record!
Yeah.
Alright, you pansy guys, this is how you hold a catfish.
No holding them by the gills, huh?
No holding them by the gills.
Yeah.
Put your hand in the mouth.
Nice job, babe.
Nice color on it.
It's like a gray color almost, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like that big one I caught down one time, remember?
Yeah.
It's gray.
Nice.
All right.
There you go.
Look at these guys, what it's all about.
Get bigger.
God, to fight it, huh?
So Chris is re-rigging, and we have repositioned in order to keep a closer eye on our competition over there now that they're on the board. Can't let them get ahead of us. I had every intention of waking up in time to film the sunrise this morning, but I missed it. I slept really good, so that's good. These guys burn the midnight oil around here, and I was already tired from lack of sleep. But we had steak, shrimp,
Black and blue.
tortillas,
mine medium.
and jalapenos and potatoes, all grilled right on a campfire. The jalapenos were as hot as the fire. All that at like 1:30 this morning after coming in off the water. We all caught some flathead last night. We all got really cold last night. I mean, I knew it gets cold in the desert at night. But, I mean, my goodness, I'm wearing a thermal base layer. Wow. I don't know. You know what one of the neatest things has been? I mean, I've only been up 20 minutes. But, do you hear the birds? Listen. There's a certain bird, or a combination of certain birds, and it's the actual birds that are in the opening to all of the Muddy River catfishing videos. I didn't know that. Next time you watch one of his videos, pay attention for those birds. And that's the birds from this camp. That's kind of neat. I'll see you back out there on the water. Oh man, look at all this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna fish all of this.
There it is.
Fish on, guys. Fish on. 100-pounder. Oh, baby, look at that. Woo!
We got a little blue cat.
He's pulling me. He's pulling me in, guys. Grab me. Quentin, help.
You're on your own.
Oh, man. Yeah. Dinner. Sandwich. All I need is a slice of bread. There you go, guys. Little guy, but
You said we wouldn't catch any little fish. That's a gorgeous little fish.
yeah, you're right. I was wrong. Not too shabby.
I would call this the flathead keeper zone because any flathead you hook, the river's going to keep her.
Yeah.
You're not getting one out of here.
What do you think, brother?
I think I got a blue nibbling this bait.
Yeah?
I think we just put in, what, like 45 minutes of work getting through that forest back there?
Yes, sir.
And, oh, there. Yeah, that's got to be a blue. This is amazing. Yeah, I never would have guessed what is really here, you know.
My little hidden oasis, huh?
I want to know how you feel, you know. I mean, you said you haven't been here in how long?
I hadn't been through the stretch that we came through. Uh-oh, someone coming in hot over there. Who's that? There's Victoria, Byron. What's going on down yonder? Right around this bend, it's prime for bumping if you guys want to bump. Go. There's a big tree. There's a big tree you can tie off to. It's right in the middle, and you can bump down the channel. Try it. There's two stumps. They're probably underwater right now, but there's two stumps. You'll pass right next to them. Bump by the stump. What's going on over there?
Well, it seems I finally picked a spot with a fish.
Oh, that was a cool little drag, huh?
Yeah. It was in about 1 foot of water, too. Took it out of that other line. He's around some wood, too, I think. Yeah, there's wood down there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
About to add a fish to the
Nice.
This production is being brought to you by Battery Outfitters, with locations all over the Mid-South. They are your neighborhood battery store.
It's on the shed head, too. Golly. This boat is about to be packed. We got 3 people in a 8-foot boat right now, or 10, what is it, 10 foot?
10-footer.
No, he's still moving.
Still moving, man.
Yeah, he's free. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Chris, you might want to get that net ready.
Let's get that net going.
Am I in the way?
No, man.
If he's not around something, he's very hidden. He was definitely hitting wood, so I believe he's free. Yeah, he's free right now.
All right, let's do this.
You get it in wide view, babe.
No. But I do now.
Ooh, nice flathead. Nice flathead. I'm sure I'll get this net hung up on summer another before we get in. Getting a workout over there,
Yeah,
brother?
he's got some grunt, man. Oh man,
Nice.
thick.
Putting that blue cat rod to work. Woo! I love seeing them swirls.
New Mexico flathead.
Oh wow, he is big.
He's short and fat, isn't he?
Here, let me move.
You're good.
my
You're
leg.
good. You're good.
Can you get him?
There he is. Woo, that's a good time. A real good time.
How big is he?
I don't think he's as big as the one last night, but he's wide.
He's thick.
Yeah. That 53 last night was.
Lord Jesus.
Might have to just let that hook sit in the net for a minute. Alright, here we go. We're gonna bring him with us. 33 and a half, right?
33 and a half.
Woo!
They always try to give you a bath.
He said, bye, Felicia.
Fish on. What you got going on there, babe? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Something's happening. Curry's on the fish, guys.
We were just sitting here saying, should we move?
We're still in this spot, huh?
I think that drag's pretty tight.
It is, huh? Oh, there it goes.
Golly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he is, and we're tied up too. I wish I had my stinking filming light ready. Golly.
Oh. Dear Jesus. Oh.
That's awesome. Take your time. I don't think that one's ready. Whoa. Wow. Oh, you are soaked.
Alright. Had to come to New Mexico to do it.
Had to come.
Okay. What's your first fishing memory?
I've seen pictures of me fishing when I was a kid, and I mean like 6 months old and stuff, and diapers fishing, but I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But my first memory is I was probably about 5 years old, and my dad had taken me down to Leesburg Dam. It's actually just a hair north of where we stopped to get bait.
Yeah.
And I was fishing there with just a little Zebco pole and stuff, and I think we were using chicken livers for bait. And I ended up catching the catfish. Was probably a pound and a half, maybe 2 at the most or something, you know. But
Yeah.
I was just so proud of that little channel cat that I caught, and that's the first memory that I can conjure up in that archives there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pretty happy with that little catfish at that time.
You were how old?
Probably about 5.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything other than than the happiness of catching that fish. And I remember having it on a chain stringer, and I was just happy about it. I just don't remember anything else. It's just a little clip of a memory, you know.
Yeah.
What was your
So, pretty close in age to yours. Probably about 5 years old. And we lived on a lake. And I'm sure I had done fishing prior to this. I know I had done fishing prior to this, but this is not only my first fishing memory, probably my first real solid memory, period. But on this day, my dad and I went to like a little, like a local like tackle shop / grocery store, and he bought me my first stringer. That was my stringer.
Oh man!
Right. So obviously I had fished before, but this was my stringer, and it was just one of those cheap like nylon, bright colored, with the point on the end and the ring on the other end. So it was probably like 50 cents, right?
Right.
But I was thrilled because it was my stringer. And we went fishing out on the dock, and I got this monster sunfish, right? To me,
Right.
had to keep it, right? Because I got a stringer. I was so thrilled, and I put that big lunker of a sunfish, and I threaded it on that stringer myself, and I threw that fish in the water. And since I didn't tie the stringer down, he swam off with my stringer.
Oh man!
He swam away with my stringer, and I went from complete, like, the highest of highs to the lowest of lows.
Right.
First fishing memory.
Yeah.
I was born with big gums.
Okay, everybody do this.
Am I supposed to be like this?
And now everybody do this. And now everybody do this. And now, arms around Chris. Now grab Chris's boobies.
This production was brought to you by Battery Outfitters. With locations all over the Mid-South, they are your neighborhood battery store.